Hey, Sam, before we get started, do you want to talk to your client, Mr. Rose?
I talked to him over the phone. I actually wanted to talk with the prosecutor first, see if we could get some discovery and if she has any comments regarding any kind of plea.
Okay, she's not in yet, so.
All right. Thank you, though.
Uh-huh. Good morning, Mr. Bitar. We don't have the prosecutor yet, but I do have your client, Mr. Roberts, in the waiting room. Would you like to speak with him quickly?
Good morning, Paula. No, I don't need to speak with him. We just need to talk to the prosecutor.
Okay. She's not checked in yet, so as soon as she does, we'll get it rolling, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You want me to put you back in the waiting room or just let you hang out?
I'll hang out if you let me.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Good morning, Judge. We don't have a prosecutor yet.
Good morning, Paula. It's 9 o'clock, so I'm out. I'm gonna turn my video back off, but as soon as the prosecutor arrives, I'm ready to go, okay?
I'll make sure that I let you know, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Judge, we do have Darian in now, and both of the attorneys, Mr. Jadala and Mr. Batar, would like to speak with her prior to. Darian, I also have Devin Rose, who is a complaining victim. Do you want to speak with her first, or?
And that's what I was going to tell you. That's what my client called me earlier this morning to let me know that his wife wanted to speak with the prosecutor.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak with her. I already know what she's gonna say to me. But I don't have any issue speaking with her.
All right, Judge, I'm going to put them in a breakout room, okay?
Thank you, Paula.
Morning, Judge.
Morning, ma'am. Good to see you.
You too.
She has to come in for, I'm just waiting for her to join so I can put her in a breakout room with you. Devin? I just sent her a chat telling her to join with audio. Okay, she's not joining. Darian, do you want to go into a breakout room with Mr. Jadala and then with Mr. Batar? They're
Sure.
both asking. Okay.
You can go in with Mr. Batar first because I just wanted her to talk to the complaining witness, so I could wait for that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Good morning, Danny.
Hang on.
Hey, Sammer, good morning. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Ms. Fortier. Sorry to ignore you.
Good morning. Oh, Mr. Batar.
And we do have Miss Rose now. Miss Rose, hang on just a minute till we get the prosecutor back, and then she wants to go into a breakout room with you, okay? Do you have your audio on? Because I can't hear you.
Paula, we are ready on Mr. Roberts.
Okay. Darian, I did get her connected, but I can't hear her yet. So she's aware of that. She's trying. I will bring Mr. Roberts in.
Ms. Rose, if you're on an iPhone, you may want to swipe left and try to get your audio working.
Hello?
Morning, Mr. Roberts.
Good morning.
Just sit tight until the judge calls your case, okay?
This is 210112 SM, State of Michigan versus David Samuel Roberts. Your appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people, P83359.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Batar on behalf of David Roberts, P62191.
This matter is scheduled for an adjourned pretrial this morning. Have you had an opportunity to speak?
Judge,
Yes.
I've had a chance to talk to the prosecutor and my client. We're asking for a final pretrial. Ms. Fortier is going to speak with her bosses, I guess is the best way to say it, regarding this case, and we'll try and resolve it at that final pretrial.
Judge, I would just suggest that maybe at the final pretrial, we require the complaining witness to show up.
Is April 13th good for both of you at 9 a.m.?
Judge, that's the day that you guys have me marked off. I'm not gonna be in town.
That makes sense. Okay. April 27th.
Good for me.
April
That's fine.
27th, 2021 at 9:40 a.m. with Judge Oakley. I'm making a note that the complaining witness must be present. Anything else as relates to Mr. Roberts?
Judge, may I address a bond condition he may have, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge. I checked the register of actions. I don't see it saying anything about no contact with the complaining witness in this case. If that is a bond condition, Judge, I would ask you to lift that bond condition, make it no assaultive contacts, and I believe the prosecutor has no objection to that.
Judge, that's correct. Based on my communication with the complaining witness, the people have no objection to no assaultive contact.
I don't see that as a condition of bond, but both of you seem to think that that might be an issue.
I just don't want him to get in trouble if he goes to the house.
So I'll write the note, no assaultive contact. Anything else in this matter on behalf of Mr. Roberts?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Fortier?
No, Judge, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Roberts, we're all set. Have a good day.
Mr. Roberts, I'll give you a call later, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Have a good day, Judge. Darian
Thank
also.
you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Darren, I just left you a chat with those numbers you asked for.
She asked.
Oh, I thought that was you asking. I
No, that's
apologize.
her. I think that's her number.
Okay, I apologize. Miss Rose, you asked for a phone number to call?
If she's not connected to audio, I don't think she can hear us either. Oh, she did. Okay.
She is connected. She just can't get it to come out for us to hear her. I'm going to remove Mr. Roberts because we're finished with him.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Rose, did you swipe your screen to the left? Try it. Can you say something so we know if we've got you?
Oh,
Maybe she'll connect on reconnect.
yeah, I was wondering that same thing. Maybe have her log off and try logging back on.
Okay, we're going to boot you out for a second. I want you to call back in. Okay. We have a Rachel Herdman who does not have I'm sorry. The attorney is in the waiting room, so I'm going to bring those two in, please.
Paula,
Thank
you.
do you see Donald Kulo?
No, I don't.
Okay, Judge, before we do Miss Herdman, I'd like a moment to attempt to call my complaining witness because I've had lots of communication with him and I'm not sure why he's not here.
Okay.
Let me bring in this one person and see who they are. She's not connecting. Okay, do you want me to call someone else, Judge, then?
She's not connected?
No.
Yeah, it says it was unsuccessful.
We'll have her try to call back in. But it was a man that you were looking for, correct, Darian? Okay,
Yes.
all right. So do you want to bring in Ronald Bracken? He has no attorney at all.
Well, hold off on that for a second. I think Ms. Fortier was calling on another matter.
Yeah, I just took a minute to call on the Herdman.
Thank you. While she's calling, Paula, I see the attorney and Ms. Herdman. So her call might dictate what happens next.
I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't hear that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying she's calling on the same case where I see the matches in the waiting room, Mr.
Yeah, and
Manuel. So we'll
Mr.
see.
Yeah. Okay,
Hoping we're not having audio issues this morning. Ooh, I see an awful lot of people in the waiting room.
I've got them checked in the order they checked in. And
I
while we're
know,
waiting,
I appreciate your efficiency.
while we're waiting on Miss
Okay. He
Fortier.
says he's in, he's just having issues. Which judge are you, what number are you trying to get onto? Oh, that's not the right number. Let me give you a different number. Okay, let me know when you're ready. It's 580-707-8882. Okay, thank you. Bye. I think I might have put a 36 Zoom number on my subpoena, so that might be why. I'm glad I called because I was like, I've had a lot of communication with
You're just making up numbers is what you're telling me. Okay, no worries.
Judge, I'm just trying to check out who some of these people that are not labeled appropriately are.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, whoever is on view 1, can you please tell me what your name is?
She's muted.
I've asked her to unmute. There you go. Can you tell me what your name is, please?
Yeah, it's Michelle Qualls.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to rename you, put you back in the waiting room for just a few minutes.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. I have Devin Rose back in. Do you want me to bring her in to try and speak with Darian?
Yes,
Right.
thank you.
And she's not connected. Devin, are you connected yet? It shows that you are. Can you speak so we know that you're on? It shows she's connected, but obviously she's not doing something correct. Judge, do you want me to have her call in, or Ms. Darian, do you want to, I mean, Ms. Fortier, do you want to call her?
in the interest of judicial economy, I know what she's going to say. It may be in the best interest of moving this case along if we have her call in. I'm I'm trying to get my point across without.
No, you're getting your point across, Miss Rose. You want, Paula, you mean call in through Zoom or call in on the phone?
What we usually do is have them call into the courtroom and put them on speakerphone, and it's picked up.
Okay, my only concern is that because you're there and I'm here, if we can get a phone number for her in the chat, I'll bring a phone up and I'll call her so you don't have to run over
I
here.
do have a phone number for her.
Is it the one in the chat that I'm looking at?
I believe so, yes.
Give me 1 second. Let me just pull the phone up.
Hello?
Good morning, Miss Rose.
Hi.
Are you all able to hear her?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna hang up. We can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay,
You all
Miss.
wait, you may
Over a year at
over
this
the
point.
phone.
It has been over a year that we have been doing this, and it's just like a hot mess.
Every day is Christmas. Come on now. So this is 210117 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Roy Christopher Rose. Ms. Fortier, is it that you don't need to speak to Ms. Rose, or do you still need to speak to her?
She spoke with my victim advocate. If I may just have maybe 1 minute in the breakout room to just confirm that the information I have is correct.
Okay, thank you. Paula will move you into a breakout.
Your Honor, I believe my client, Mr. Roy Rose, is in the waiting room also.
He is. After Paula gets the prosecutor in with Ms. Rose, she can pull Mr. Rose in. When they come back out, we'll be ready.
Sounds great.
They're on their way in.
So to the prosecutor's point, I continue to be amazed by Zoom and that everyone doesn't use it every day, and there's still quite a learning curve, people. I appreciate it. I like that people can get on without having to be out and be exposed.
Or in the traffic.
Correct, in the traffic. And able to do it if you're working remotely or you're teaching children, helping your children remotely, being able to Zoom into court has its benefits. But realizing that sometimes this is people's only exposure to it. And I'm amazed that they're able to get themselves connected. And that people are actually watching court now, people who have not traditionally participated for whatever the reason. Even though we're open to the public does not typically come in to watch, but people are watching on YouTube, which I find interesting, and I hope that.
I was surprised to see how many people do check in and watch it on YouTube.
Well, I get questions about it. Someone will watch a hearing and say, hey, I saw this judge in this particular court and this thing happened. Can you explain it? I'm more, I guess, intrigued by the fact that people stumbled across a courtroom than anything else. Mr. Jadala?
Yes, Judge, I think the intimidation factor. People love to be at the comfort of their own home and not in the intimidating courtroom. So they'll tune in and they'll watch and they're from the comfort of their own home, and that has a lot to do with it. I know my clients, there's so much more comfortable just being on Zoom, you know, even getting sentenced or, you know, because the intimidation's gone. They're in the comfort of their own home. They're less scared.
Are we ready on Rose?
Yes, Judge.
Paula, would you pull him in, please?
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Jadala, my only concern is that some people take that comfort a little too far.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so I encourage attorneys to have that conversation with your client. You don't have to wear a suit and tie, but I need you to at least wear top and bottom.
I've had to tell him that before the judge came on. Go put some clothes on before you appear in his courtroom. Okay, we have everybody in the courtroom, I believe. Mr. Rose is not connected with audio. There he is.
Wonderful.
Can you hear me?
There- You all are too close together.
Yes.
I guess that answers my question. Recalling 210117 SM, State of Michigan versus Roy Christopher Rose. Your appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people.
In respect for Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Rose. Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. And I'd let Mrs. Fortier put something on the record in regards to the pretrial today.
Judge, it's my understanding that the complaining witness wishes to address the court. I would note before she does that, that this warrant got signed recently because it was a not in custody. The case itself is from September of 2020. I don't believe I have any more cases with Mr. Rose right now. And with that being said, I'd let the complaining witness address the court.
Ms. Rose. Would you state your full name for the record, please? Ms. Rose, this is a criminal matter that was called for arraignment pretrial this morning. It is being recorded and broadcast live over YouTube. What is it that you wish to say to the court this morning?
At that point in time in my life.
Mr. Rose, please mute yourself.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, now we can't.
Lost
hear
her audio.
We've lost her now. Miss Rose, we can't hear what you're saying.
Well, let's see if Mr. Rose unmutes himself, if that changes things. Okay, ma'am.
I was just going through a really rough time.
I can't, wait, Miss Rose, I can't hear you with him moving around.
It's been established that they're in the same location.
Understood, but I'm trying to hear her.
Sorry.
If I may make a suggestion, if they're at the same location already, why don't they just use the same device?
Your computer muted.
No.
Miss Rose. Miss Rose,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay. At that point in time in my life, I was just doing things I shouldn't be doing. And if anything, he was just trying to protect me. There was no like physical, it was just like heated arguments.
Ma'am,
Can you show me?
I can hear you, but there's somebody moving around, and so it's making it difficult. I heard you say that you were going through some difficulties, and there were some heated arguments at the house.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything physical. I just really wanted to bring anyone down with me because I was just going through a rough patch. And I mean, I'm sorry for wasting everyone's time, honestly.
Ma'am, you're not wasting our time. You are not. You're not wasting anyone's time, okay?
Mhm.
But you're saying that to say what?
That I don't want to move forward. I don't want to press charges on him. I mean, it was just a rough patch and we just got in a couple of heated arguments and I was just doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing. We're married, we live in the same house. We've been living together.
Ma'am, Mrs. Rose, my only concern is that the two of you are in the same house right now. And you're making these comments to me and it makes it difficult for the court to, I guess, inquire as to how freely and voluntarily you're making these statements when the defendant is either right there with you or in the same household with you. You understand the court's concern?
But this is all me.
No. That's why I'm saying, you understand what my concern is?
Yeah.
Okay. And are your statements being made freely and voluntarily this morning?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you in any way to get you to speak to the court this morning? Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
I just don't want to move forward.
Ms. Fortier?
Judge, I would suggest that Mr. Jadala have a turn the people. Make a
And Your
motion.
Honor, we respectfully request if this court would consider dismissing this matter in light of the comments made by the alleged victim in this matter.
Any response on behalf of the people?
Nothing from the people, Judge.
The matter is going to be dismissed based on the comments made to the court this morning by Devin Rose. The court has put its concerns on the record. I think it's clear what those concerns are. Mr. Rose, were you able to hear the comments made by Mr. Jadala this morning?
Yes, I did.
And you heard the court's concern?
Yeah, yep.
This matter is dismissed. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you.
I'm hoping that my victim for Herdman is maybe now in the waiting room.
I'm
Mr.
sorry,
Kulo.
I was muted.
Kulo,
Kulo?
K-U-W, is the complaining victim for Herdman.
I do not show that person in the waiting room. I can see who K51 is, and that would be the only other person it could be.
Thank you. Oh, and I see the victim's advocate in the waiting room too.
And he's not connecting. See if that does it. He's not connecting. Oh, here he is. Here he is.
Hello?
Yes. Can you tell me what your name is, please?
Donald Kulo.
And can you spell that last name for me?
Kulow.
All right.
Now I got voice, no screen.
We can see you, Mr. Kulo.
Oh, there you go.
Ms. Fortier, did you want to go into a breakout room with Mr. Kulo or,
Mr. Kulo and I just spoke on the phone.
okay. Do you want me to bring in Rachel Herdman and her attorney now?
Judge, the people are ready on Herdman if the court is.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Ms. Herdman is not connecting. I'm going to leave a chat with her too. Oh, there she is.
Thank you. This is 201705, State of Michigan versus Rachel Herdman. Your appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people, P83359.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mitchell Manuel on behalf of Ms. Herdman, who's also present via the Zoom application.
Good morning. Ma'am, unmute yourself and state your name for the record, please.
My name is Rochelle Herdman.
Thank you. This matter was scheduled for an adjourned final pretrial this morning with a notation that the complaining victim must appear. I will note for the record that Donald Kulo is here with us. Are the parties ready to proceed this morning?
Yes, Judge.
What are we doing?
At this point, Judge, I don't believe we have a resolution in this matter, Judge, so I'm asking the court to set it for a jury trial. I understand that that's going to be down the road. Ms. Herdman knows that, but at this point, it's unresolved. As always, I always reach out to see if it is resolvable, but at this point, it is not.
Judge, that is correct. I did offer Ms. Herdman through Mr. Manuel a plea offer that if she pleads to count one domestic violence, that it could be taken under 76948. If she was eligible at the time of sentencing, she is eligible currently, is my belief, with 12 months probation. And during that 12 months, she'd have to take batter's counseling. She would need a psychological evaluation and any recommended treatment, a substance abuse evaluation with any recommended treatment, and no alcohol with random screenings. It's my understanding that the defense has declined the offer, and once this gets set for a jury trial, the offer no longer remains. Mr. Manuel, is that a correct resuscitation?
That is exactly what we've discussed.
Okay.
Judge. If that's what we were waiting on was me, I apologize.
No, I was making a note and I was going to ask you, and then the next thing I was going to say was, as you are aware, we are not yet scheduling jury trials. And what'll likely happen is that your matter will be added to the list of things that need to be scheduled. And it's possible that the parties might be asked to conduct another final pretrial before they actually schedule a jury trial to see if you're able to resolve your matter in the interim. But I did make a notation in the file that the defendant is requesting and has requested a jury trial. So I guess until we start scheduling those, if you want to continue to have any conversation with the prosecutor, that would be greatly appreciated. Other than that, anything else on behalf of the people in this matter?
Nothing for the people, Judge.
Anything else on behalf of Ms. Herdman?
No, thank you, Judge.
Bond with any conditions will continue until that jury trial is set. Thank you very much, Mr. Manuel, for your patience this morning, and have a good day.
Thank you. Good seeing everybody.
Thank you.
Kulo, someone will be in contact with you when we have any sort of further information, okay?
Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you. Bye. When do I leave?
There should be a red button that says.
I'll help you. There you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Would it be helpful to have Ms. Dennis in the in the main room? She's hanging out in our waiting room.
What we usually tell the victim advocates is that they're supposed to be watching on YouTube.
Okay,
But if you want me to bring her in and let her be in the meeting room, Judge, I'll be more than happy to.
if the understanding is that they're watching on YouTube, that's perfectly fine with me. I just see her hanging out, so
Judge, I do think they are aware that they watch from YouTube. I think most of the time, I'm not sure what Kathy normally does, but I know some of the other ones will hang out in the waiting room in case for some reason they're needed.
okay.
Okay. The next one I have checked in is Ronald Bracken, who does not have an attorney.
Thank you.
Now it looks like Mr. Jadala came in just in case.
He heard those magic words.
He's our guy today. Judge, just a side note, when the court officers come in to get the files, will you please send them all to me?
Uh-oh. Yes, ma'am.
That's okay. They'll bring them back. Trust me.
They're stacked on the ledge, and I'm assuming that they're all tied up this morning with their other matters.
I'm sure they are.
No one's come to check on me, heaven forbid. This is 210118 SM, State of Michigan versus Ronald Dwayne Bracken.
Good morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people, P83359.
And your name, sir?
Ronald Dwayne Bracken.
Mr. Bracken, this matter is scheduled this morning for arraignment trial on a sole count of domestic violence. There is a second offense in the file. Before you are arraigned in this matter, I want to make you aware of the fact that we have court-appointed attorney available to you this morning. So my first question to you is, do you wish to have assistance of counsel, or are you ready to proceed on your own?
I would like to have counsel.
Okay, what I'm gonna have you do is you'll see an invitation to go out into a breakout room. You will meet with our with the court-appointed attorney, Mr. Jadala. He will discuss again that sole count of domestic violence. There is a second offense notice, okay?
Okay.
If you, just before Mr. Jadala speaks to Mr. Bracken and maybe potentially speeding this along, if I could just speak to Mr. Jadala briefly.
Thank you. Mr. Bracken, if you sit tight for 1 second.
All right, I'm a little confused, but okay.
The secretary is going to move the prosecutor and the court-appointed attorney into a breakout room. And when they're done, you might get an invitation to go into a breakout room.
Would it
Okay?
be possible to have my own attorney, to get my own attorney?
It is possible. It's always possible to retain counsel, but because this is the first appearance and this will be your arraignment, we're ready to proceed this morning. We have an attorney here available that could give assistance to you. But again, if you hold on for 1 second,
Okay,
the prosecutor is going to talk to the attorney and we'll see what happens from there.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I had stepped out for a moment. Judge Oakley was having a little problem with his YouTube.
And the chief judge takes precedence, I understand.
No. I just knew I could fly in there and fix it real quick. I knew what his problem was. He just had 2 YouTubes up. So he's getting feedback from one.
That's why I say it's a learning curve, but I figure if my father can figure out how to navigate it, I think that's the only way he's able to see all of us at the same time, so.
We have Mr. Jadala and Ms. Fortier back in.
That was quick. Mr. Jadala, are you ready to go into a breakout room with Mr. Bracken?
That is correct. I am, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Bracken, you'll see an invitation to go out into a breakout room, okay?
Okay,
Actually, Judge, I just automatically put them in. So
Works for me.
hang on just a second. There you are.
I see Ms. Young. Wow.
Yeah, she's here on, I was kind of worried about that one.
I know, I remember we had a little situation before.
And her client is in the waiting room. Would you like me to bring someone else in now to do, or just wait until? I have Mr. Bowditch and his client in there as well.
I was gonna say, if Mr. Bowditch, or who's first, Mr.
Mr. Bowditch. Mr. Bowditch has been waiting for quite some time.
I was gonna say, Mr. Bowditch or Ms. Young and their clients, if Ms. Fortier is available, we can get done what we can get done while Mr. Jadala is talking.
Okay, I'll bring in Mr. Bowditch and Lawrence Shelley.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Bowditch isn't at his desk.
He usually gets right in there, though. And I'll send a chat to Mr. Say there he is, to Mr. Shelley.
Sorry, no worries. Good morning, Mr. Bowditch.
Good morning, Your Honor.
While your client is connecting by audio, do you need to speak to the prosecutor this morning before we proceed?
Yes, ma'am, if only briefly.
So Mr. Shelley's still trying to connect. Paula will move you into a breakout room.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Shelley?
He's not connected yet. I sent him a chat.
He looks like he might be
He's
now. Mr.
connected
Shelley?
now, yes. Mr. Shelley, can you hear us? Okay, there you are. Mr. Shelley, your attorney is in a breakout room with the prosecuting attorney, so you just need to sit quietly for a few minutes. They'll be right back. Okay? And please make sure you stay connected.
Are you ready to proceed on the Shelley matter?
Your Honor, if I could spend a moment with my client.
Yes, sir.
Judge, while we're doing that, may I ask about this motion hearing?
At 11 a.m.?
Yeah,
It's been adjourned.
I don't even know what it is. Did a defense attorney file them? I don't have a motion or anything.
The defendant's attorney did file it. My note is that the attorney requested an adjournment. They're waiting on MSP. It's something clearing up an old conviction. And I only vaguely remember.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, there's no way I have a file from 2012. So, okay, but it's not today. It's been adjourned.
It's not today. It's been adjourned. I don't know the new date. And Heather asked me about it maybe a month ago. So it's been around for a while.
Okay.
Do you want me to look it up very quickly and see if it's in the computer's new date?
Yeah, Paula, that would be great. I guess my other question would be if you have an electronic copy of whatever the original motion was, maybe forward it to me because I don't have the motion either.
I don't have an electronic copy, but I can pull the file for you later, scan it, and send it to you.
Yeah, bless your heart, Paula. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula.
Oh, you're welcome. Hang on just a minute. I'm trying to pull it up. It still says that it's waiting on an MSP file to Heather to be reset. That was the last entry.
So no new date yet.
No new date yet, but I will, it's on Heather's desk. I'll go pull it. I will pull. We have a visitor. I will pull the file, scan the motion, and I will email it to you, Darian.
Okay, thank you.
I love your coworker.
He's just to be in front of the Zoom camera.
Mr. Jadala, are you ready?
Your Honor, I am. I've spoke to Mr. Bracken, and Mr. Bracken lets me know that the complaining witness is there with him, and she would like to speak to the prosecutor and or victim's advocate at whatever the court's discretion is.
Yeah, that's fine.
Physically there in the room with him?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so
I've asked them, and I believe there is not a no contact order. So there is no violation of any kind of bond, Your Honor.
there's not, because this is the arraignment
arraignment.
today. So
Right.
if Mr. Bracken will bring the complaining witness over and they can go into a breakout room with the prosecutor.
I'm gonna leave the room, right?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Your name, please?
Kelly Straniak.
Ms. Straniak, you're gonna go ahead into the breakout room with the prosecutor, okay?
I haven't put them in there yet. I put her in. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There we go. Hang on. Oh, I put the wrong no, I didn't.
You did. Mr. Jadala should be out and Ms. Straniak should be in.
I show,
I'm still here, Judge. There they go.
That was just me in there.
all right, hang on just a minute. I did put him in. It's under Ronald Bracken, but she didn't go in. Let me try one more time.
I'm not, am I supposed to hit something?
No. I put her in again. She's not going. Every once in a while, I do have that problem. It shows her in the room.
There should be something indicating join the breakout room.
Is there an invitation for some reason there asking if you want to go in?
To me?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
I do not see nothing.
Yeah, because I manually
a
sign
leave.
up. Okay, are you? If you see leave,
Yeah, in the right corner.
That's a red leave, then that wouldn't be a breakout room leave. The breakout room leave is blue.
yeah, that's what Darian, for some reason, she's not going into the breakout room. I put her in twice.
I have a general idea of what I'd imagine she's going to tell me.
Do you want?
What do you think I'm gonna tell you?
Well, I would imagine since you're currently at the location with the defendant that you're going to tell me you no longer wish to go forward with charges.
No, that is not correct.
Do you want to get a phone number and call her?
That's fine. Is your phone number a 626 number?
Yes.
Okay, if I could just have a minute. I would suggest maybe muting if you can do that, and I'll just call her on the phone.
Thank you.
Do you want me to try one more time? I just cleared everything and I'll try one more time real quickly.
That's fine.
Okay. Let's see if that one works. There's something going on. Okay, there. That's why I cleared everything.
Thank you.
Maybe I had too much going on in there. Okay, we have Mr. Bowditch and his client back.
With no prosecutor, so
Oh, sorry.
that's okay. When they come out, we'll do the Bracken case first, only because it's our 9 o'clock case, and I am reluctant to do a 9:40 before we do a 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
So we can do Bracken and then Shelley, and then we'll bring Miss Young in for favors, and we have the things in between.
I do have a question for Mr. Jadala.
Oh,
We have a Michelle Qualls in the waiting room, and it shows that she has an attorney, Michael Carter, who is also NDS on one, and it has MIDC on the other. Do you know if somebody was assigned to that from MIDC?
I don't know, but if she wants to talk to me, I'm more than happy to talk to her.
I'm thinking something happened on the felony charge, and that's why it still shows Mr. Carter.
I understand.
Thank you.
No problem.
the 1072 with Carter is up for review.
Oh, okay, that's true. So we just show her with MIDC.
Well, for the 1072, she is just supposed to provide proof of community service to probation. So she might need to speak to Mr. Jadala on the 1097 case.
Okay. Do you want me to bring her in and ask her if she wants to speak with her attorney in the breakout room?
No, because I don't want to lose Mr. Jadala, given the fact that we have that Bracken matter hanging out. And when Ms. Fortier comes back, I want to be able to dispose of that so we can start getting some people out of here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I still have about 3 minutes left. I can cheat and see how long they've got.
I know, I should have had her go in with the victim's advocate. I thought it was going to be quick. Paula, do you know who JJ is in the waiting room?
Can I, sorry, may I go to a room with Mr. Jadala?
Give me just a second, Darian.
Thank you.
Ms. Fortier, did anything change or is it the same offer wise?
It changed just briefly, or just with one added caveat.
Judge, I just need a breakout room with my client.
And I'm ready on Mr. Bowditch's case.
I was going to suggest that we do that while Mr. Jadala and Mr. Bracken go back into the breakout room. This is 210129 SM State of Michigan versus Lawrence Allen Shelley. Your appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people. Mr. Bowditch, you're muted.
My apologies. For the record, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Shelley. Your Honor, today is a date and time set for pretrial in this matter. I met with prosecution. I've met with Mr. Shelley. There is an executed plea agreement subject to court approval. The only thing I would request is allowing Mr. Shelley to plead no contest to the charges. There may be some matter with a child that may be, there may be some pending court matters over that.
There's an executed plea agreement where?
Well, we do have a plea agreement, Your Honor. Mr. Shelley would be pleading guilty to an added count domestic violence first, with the understanding the original charges would be dismissed. There's also an issue of restitution. I've explained to Mr. Shelley. He's in agreement with that.
And the restitution is,
Judge, I don't have a set amount. There was considerable damage to the complaining witness's car. I know that when they do the restitution, like probation and stuff, they reach out to the complaining witness, and at that point, I know she does have some documentation that she could provide them.
you hold on for just 1 second.
Sure.
Thank you. Was there anything else?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Shelley, you were able to hear the comments made by the attorneys this morning,
Yes, Your Honor.
and you understand that the plea agreement seems to be that you will plead to the added count of domestic violence first, and that the original charge of domestic violence second offense would be dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And sir, that's how you wish to proceed this morning?
Yes,
You understand that if the court accepts your plea that you won't have a trial of any kind in this matter, you won't have the opportunity to call witnesses or present evidence on your behalf.
yes,
Knowing this, you still wish to plead guilty to the added count of domestic violence first.
yes.
No contest, Your Honor.
No contest, my apologies.
Judge, I'd leave that in the court's discretion.
And that was going to be my next comment to you, Mr. Bowditch. A no contest plea for, you said because there's another matter between the parties?
There could be a civil matter concerning a child, Your Honor. They have a child in common.
I guess my thought on that is if probation recommends a certain course of treatment, the no contest plea, will that impact Mr. Shelley's participation in any classes or anything of that nature?
I don't know if it'll impact it, Your Honor. He has agreed to the batterer's counseling, which was part of the recommendation by the prosecutor.
See, I don't have that. When I just said anything else,
Judge, I'm sorry, I did try to interject. I wasn't also, that was my comment, that I wasn't sure if the batterer's counseling got placed on the record.
it hadn't been. Okay.
My apologies, Your Honor.
I would just add that was a part of the plea agreement.
The other issue that I neglected, Your Honor, and I apologize, was no contact.
No contact?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, and the complaining witness's name in this matter is Brittany, Brittany, last name Boyk, Boyk.
If there is no contact with Brittany Boyk and the parties have a child in common, how does that work?
Judge, usually when there's a no contact order and the parties have a child in common, there's either an arrangement for a third party to do exchanges, or on occasion, we will indicate any sort of child exchange that those two parties in question need to do happen at a police station.
Okay. So you're adding the count one. I'm sorry, you're adding the count of domestic violence first. You're dismissing the current second offense notice, and as to the malicious destruction of property.
I also don't know that we need to do it that way. I think he can just plead to count one and I can dismiss the second offense notice because it's a sentence enhancement, not a part of the actual count.
I'm asking more about the malicious destruction part of it.
It would also be dismissed.
That's going to be dismissed, Your Honor.
Thank you. I said it, I read the plea back as it was presented to me, but now you're saying it's just removing the second offense notice. He's gonna plead to the domestic violence and that the malicious destruction will be dismissed.
Correct.
Okay.
Sorry that it became confusing, Judge. I think personally what we've done in the past and what I think is a little bit easier is to just say he's pleading to count one, where people agree to dismiss the second offense notice and agree to dismiss count two.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, restitution to be determined through probation.
So, Mr. Shelley, my apologies. I got a little sidetracked right there for a second, but it is your desire to plead guilty to the domestic violence, understanding that count two would be dismissed and the second offense notice will be removed. And you're doing no contest. I'm sorry. You're doing so freely and voluntarily.
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Bettis, do you wish to inquire of your client?
Beg your pardon, Your Honor?
I said, do you wish to inquire of your client at all?
No, Your Honor.
And are we to rely on the police report for the factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will accept your plea of no contest to count one domestic violence. The matter is going to be referred to probation for the restitution and for a sentencing date. I want to make sure, Mr. Shelley, we have a phone number for you that ends in 2425. Is that still a good phone number?
2465.
2465?
Yes.
That is the phone number that probation will use to get a hold of you, okay? Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else on behalf of the people in this matter?
You're muted, Madam Prosecutor.
Judge, sorry.
That's okay. We're all set.
Thank you, Madam Prosecutor.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Shelley.
Where the party's ready on Bracken.
Judge, is Miss Young still in the waiting room?
She left to go do another matter. She said she'd call back at 11.
Yes, I was just checking.
Recalling 210118 SM, State of Michigan versus Ronald Dwayne Bracken.
And Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Rajadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Bracken. Your Honor, after discussions with my client, I would respectfully request if we could set this matter for a final pretrial, and if Ms. Fortier would forward me some discovery. I believe it would be helpful moving along this if I had some discovery to go over with Mr. Bracken. I have given Mr. Bracken my name and phone number so he can contact me in the interim.
Paper discovery in this case still needs uploading. I should have it maybe Thursday or early next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, Darian.
Judge, I would ask that the complaining witness's appearance be excused at the final pretrial since we've now seen her and spoken with her.
Final pretrial date will be April 27th, 2021 at 9:40 a.m. with Judge Oakley. There is the outstanding matter of bond. There is a recommendation from law enforcement that a cash bond be a cash bond because there are outstanding failure to appear warrants. Mr. Jadala, what say you as to the request for bond?
Your Honor, we respectfully request that there be no assault of contact, and as to bond, I believe Mr. Bracken will attend all matters as necessary, Your Honor. I don't know about any failure to appears, but he lets me know he's fully invested in this prosecution, and he does have counsel for us to make sure that he will be attending at all future court cases.
Ms. Fortier?
I don't have an objection to the no assault of contact. I would ask, since there is a failure to appear history, if you're inclined, Your Honor, to do a personal bond, that it be a higher cash personal bond.
I'm going to set the bond at 5,000, 10%. Mr. Bracken, you're to have no assault of contact with the complaining witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge.
Anything else, Ms. Fortier?
No, Judge, thank you.
Thank you. We're all set. Mr. Bracken, have a good day.
Thank you.
Judge, I have a Terrell Flake who has Mr. Jadala or MIDC as an attorney.
Thank
He's in
you.
the waiting room. Sam, did you want a breakout room with him or?
Oh, who was that again?
Terrell Flake.
Mr. Flake. Is there an offer on Mr. Flake? I didn't have him on the docket.
I may have 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about that one this morning, Sam.
Yes, I'm sorry. Was there an offer, Ms. Fortier?
I just need 30 seconds.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
And then Paula Blay, I don't know where he is on your list.
I got a couple in front of him, but he's up at actually I have all the 920s up.
Okay.
So we have Flake, Qualls, Blay, and Terrell Jordan in the waiting room.
Okay.
Okay, so the offer is BV under 769, 12 months, batter's counseling, and a no contact order with any of the complaining witnesses.
All right, 12 months, no contact, 769. Batter's counseling, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You need your breakout room?
Please.
Thank you. Judge, did you want to bring William Blay in since he doesn't have an attorney? You may want to just speak with Ms. Fortier.
Sure, we can do that.
I would really recommend that he gets
With Mr. Jadala.
just to talk to him for today, because my next recommendation is going to be a final pretrial where she has to appear.
Understood.
Okay. Well, we also have Terrell Jordan, who does not have an attorney either.
You know what, Paula? I'm looking at these files. Let's just wait for Mr. Jadala. There's no.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did Mr. Daniels appear?
Mr. Daniels? For what, honey? Oh, no, not yet. But we have a JJ in there, and I'm thinking that is him. I'm going to bring him in while we're waiting and find out who he is.
Okay, thank you.
I just sent him a chat. Sorry about that, Judge.
No worries.
Telemarketer anyway. Mr. JJ is not connecting, and I've sent him a chat explaining if he swipes his screen to the left, he can connect his audio. Okay, I'll boot him out so he pays attention.
See that Mr. Jadala is back with Mr. Flake.
Your Honor, is this matter set for an arraignment pretrial or just a pretrial?
It's scheduled for just a pretrial.
Got it. And was it one count of domestic violence? I don't have it on my docket, Judge. I'm sorry.
No, there's domestic violence. There's count 2 assault or assault and battery, and count 3 assault or assault and battery.
Got it.
This is 210181 SM State of Michigan versus Terrell Valentino Flake.
And respectfully, Your Honor, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Flake. Your Honor, at this time, we respectfully request the final pretrial on this matter as well as discovery.
I will send you paper right now.
Your name for the record, please, sir.
Terrell Valentino Flake.
Okay, this matter will be scheduled for final pretrial on April 27, 2021 at 9:50 a.m. with Judge Oakley. Discovery requested. Complaining witness must appear at final pretrial.
Thank you, Judge.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Jindala?
Nothing further, Judge.
Anything else, Ms. Fortier?
Judge, thank you.
I would note, Mr. Flake, that you have a payment plan with an overdue payment with this court. Looks like on a no proof of insurance case, okay?
I just paid $50 as of Tuesday or Wednesday of last week.
Okay.
I'm on a payment plan with them, but I do have that record on my phone, but I still have like 45 more to go before I'm paid off on that.
Okay, I just have a note on the front, and when they give me a note, I just want to be able to write that I did advise you. So if you made a payment and that's what's due, that's fine. Other than that, you have a good day, okay, Mr. Flake?
All right, you too. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you much.
All right.
What did you want me to bring in next, Judge?
Who's up next?
I show Jordan Terrell is up next.
That's fine with me.
Jordan Terrell doesn't have an attorney, so.
Okay.
I will send him a chat.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. This is 210130.
Hold on 1 second. I can't hear you, man.
Can you
It
hear
was
me?
just working perfectly fine.
Mr. Jordan?
1 second, man. Please, just give me
No.
1 second. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's not working.
We can
Try
hear you,
turning this
Mr.
on.
Jordan. Can you hear us?
No, I can't hear you. Give me 1 second, please.
How do you respond to you can't hear us? If he asks you, can you hear us?
Okay.
Mr. Jordan?
I can hear you now.
Okay. This is 210130 SM, State of Michigan versus Jordan Terrell. Your appearance, please.
I'm Terrell Jordan, yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people.
Mr. Jordan, this matter is scheduled for arraignment pretrial on count 1, interfering with a crime report, and count 2, domestic violence. Hold on one sec. Did you need something? An actual paper docket? No. I don't have the files. Thank you. My apologies. So Mr. Jordan, you're scheduled for arraignment pretrial this morning. We have a court-appointed attorney who is here available to assist you.
Okay.
Want the assistance of counsel, or did you intend to proceed on your own?
Oh, no, I use the council if that's okay.
You're gonna get an invitation to go into a breakout room with Mr. Dadala. You're gonna step into that room and have a chat with him about your case, okay?
Okay.
There's no offer at this time, Mr. Shadal.
Will the invite come in the chat?
No, it should be on your screen.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to invite you. I'm just going to send you in there with him. So hang on, okay?
Okay.
There they go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I chatted to Sam and said, mind reader. He's shaking his head like, yeah.
So what happens is somebody walks in and they're walking around, and I don't want them just walking around. Andy, she's looking for something. He was looking for the files for Thursday.
Oh. No, I mean, when he was responding, when he couldn't hear us.
Oh, I know.
He said,
That
"How
was
can you
funny. I like
respond?"
that. That was-
That's why I chatted with Sam and said he's a mind reader.
So I received a note from Carol that Ms. Young had to go into another court and that she'll sign back on at 11.
Okay.
But as soon as you see her, I want you to pull that case in. He was scheduled and did not appear. So there previously, so there was a question of notice. And that's how she wound up on this case. So I want to make sure that we don't hold her if at all possible. And
I will pull them in right away. Do
Thank
you want
you.
me to pull Mr. Favors in and tell him that that his attorney will be?
That would be great. Thank you, since he's been there since a little after 9.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. I'm also going to pull in Mr. Warren. I have no idea who he is. Mr. Favors. Elijah Favors.
I like those pictures.
I do too.
I
like
it. I am so sorry.
You're fine, Mr. Favors.
We were just commenting on your pictures. Mr. Favors, your attorney will be calling in. She was on another hearing with another court. So as soon as we get her, I will bring you back in and your attorney immediately, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room till we hear from her. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. That way they don't worry about it and keep hanging up thinking they're just.
I know.
Here. I'm going to see who Jeremy Warren is. Somebody else who isn't connected.
We call that Tuesday.
No Connect Tuesday. After Mr. Jadala is finished with Mr. Flake, We have Mr. Blay,
Mr. Jordan.
or Mr. Jordan he's finished with Flake. He's with Mr. Jordan. We do have Mr. Blay is next, but that's the one that Darian wanted him to speak with Mr. Jadala on. And then we have Michelle Qualls, who is MIDC.
And I have them queued up in that order. We're missing, I haven't seen Mr. Lyons or anyone,
I haven't either.
but Mr. Jadala's here, so.
I was just about to say, talk to Mr. Jadala about that one because I think he was still having a hard time. I don't think he bonded out like he was supposed to. And I think there were some issues. We talked about it the other day, so I would ask Mr. Jadala if he has any idea.
So Paula, we'll do Jordan and then Lyons, and in the interim, we can find out who Mr. Warren is.
I don't see Mr. Lyons in the waiting room.
I know, that's my concern.
Okay. And we have Mr. Jordan back.
I'm back.
Okay, now. Recalling 210130, State of Michigan versus Pharrell Jordan.
And respectfully, Your Honor, Samer Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Jordan. Your Honor, at this time, for purposes of arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. For purposes of the pretrial, Your Honor, we respectfully request a final pretrial in this matter and discovery.
Paper discovery in this case does still need to be uploaded, so when I send you the other one, I'll send you this one too.
And sir, would you state your name with the blue hoodie, please?
Pharrell Jordan.
Final pretrial will be scheduled for April the 27th, 2021 at 9:50 a.m. That will be with Judge Oakley. I'll make a notation that discovery was requested. Did I miss anything else?
Will it be still on Zoom here?
Yes, sir.
Would I still use the same number to log in?
No, sir. It's going to be a different judge, so you'll get a different number.
Okay.
And that was April 27th, Your Honor, at what time?
At 9:50, 950.
Thank you, Judge.
I made a notation that discovery was requested. As to bond in this, I'm sorry, Ms. Fortier.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Paula, what were you saying?
I was just going to let Mr. Jordan know the new number will be on his notice that he receives of the hearing.
Thank you. As to bond.
Miss Paula, the notice that you're asking, you saying I will receive, you guys did know that I do not stay at that 7451 Parkland address. I haven't been there in about 10 years. I did call and give you guys an updated address, or is it going to go through my email, or how would I receive that number?
Through the updated address.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paula.
Judge, as to bond, I don't know how factual this is. It was indicated to me that Mr. Jordan is currently on probation in Georgia.
Yes, I am.
Based on that, I would ask for a tether, as I do have concerns about returning to Georgia, or the fact that he was on probation when this happened.
Mr. Jadala.
Your Honor, Mr. Jordan, I believe will not be returning to Georgia. I don't believe he's being compelled to return to Georgia. I believe that he will abide by all court dates set by this court, and would just respectfully request a personal bond in this matter.
Mr. Jordan.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't want to ask you anything just yet. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to take a quick look in the file.
No problem. I'm here just as you guys are. Now, I have been living in Georgia for about 6-7 years now in total.
Is that where you are right now?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I'm in Georgia now.
How do you support yourself?
I just get jobs, Your Honor. And to be honest with you, with the pandemic, I just get unemployment right now. So I just been surviving off of unemployment. I'm actually staying in a hotel room right now as we speak. So I'm just trying to make ends meet. My defendant is actually my ex-girlfriend.
Nope. We don't
Oh,
talk
I was
about
gonna say, yeah, I was
I
living
don't
with
need
her.
you.
We broke up.
Nope, you're fine. Listen. So my next question to you is, other than yourself, are you responsible for the support of anyone else?
My children, yes, I have 2 sons, an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old.
Are they with you?
Just like monthly. We do monthly, me and their moms. So they come stay with me for a month and be with them, especially since they doing like school through online.
Have you ever failed to appear for court before?
No, I never failed to appear for court. I never ran for anything at all.
Over the prosecutor's objection, sir, I'm gonna set your bond at 5,000 personal. You're to have no contact with the complaining victim in this case. ALENA, middle name LYNN, last name Rosa, ROSA. No contact means no contact. There's no reason for you to have any contact with her.
Yeah. Can you let her know that? Because we still definitely in contact with each other.
You hear my question. Is there any reason for you to have contact with her?
Oh, no, not at all. No. The only time we have contact is if she tried to give me my mail or something because we were staying together. But I'm actually working on changing my mailing address.
Okay, Mr. Jordan, it's not hard to change your mailing address, and you just heard what I said about no contact.
Yeah.
And if you did provide the court an updated mailing address, I don't have it in my file.
Yeah, I called and gave it.
Well, what's a good phone number for you?
1 second, 678. It's a brand new number. Give me 1 second, please. And I left the message. Okay, it's gonna be 678-938-2258.
I'm gonna put that in the file. Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
I'm sorry, Judge.
I say anything else this morning as relates to this matter?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Anything else on behalf of the people?
Yes. Oh, I'm not the people.
You're
I'm
not the
sorry.
people.
Jordan, that's enough. You don't have to say anything else. You're
Nope,
good.
you don't. You're all set, Mr. Jordan. You have a good day. We'll see you back here in a month.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. How do I get out of here?
She'll put you out, don't worry.
You had a beautiful smile.
Yeah, well.
Okay. I have Mr. Blake. Mr. Jadala.
Can I talk to Mr. Jadala first, please?
Oh, sure. I'm going to put you two in a breakout.
Did we ever, I thought you relabeled that. Is that Ms. Qualls as view 1?
They hung up and called back in.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring her back in and see if I can relabel, if that's who it was. So after I relabel them, they hang up and.
Oh, yes, that is who that is. Okay.
I'll send her the same message I did.
Judge, I'm just gonna step away for 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, Mr. Warren's back.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Hmm.
Did you want me to put Sam in with Mr. Blay? All right. Let me bring Mr. Blay in. Morning, Mr. Blay. I'm going to put you in a
No,
breakout.
not yet. Hold on. Sir,
Yes, sir.
Ma'am. I was gonna ask you to sit up because you're scheduled for arraignment pretrial this morning on count 1, domestic violence, count 2, assault or assault and battery. We have a court-appointed attorney available to speak to you this morning.
Okay.
You're gonna go into a breakout room and discuss your matter with him, and then we'll call you, call the matter shortly.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Paula, I'm stepping away. I'll be right back.
Ma'am, is this Miss Qualls?
Yes, it is.
Okay, if you drop out and come back in, please relabel yourself under your name.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how to do that.
That's okay. If you come back in, I'll know it's you. But
Okay.
just hang in there. You're almost up, okay?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if something happened or something and I got.
No, just hang in there and you'll be up in a few minutes. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
It's just that there's a lot of people talking to the court appointed today, so we just got to wait our turn. Okay?
Okay. All right, thank you.
Was Miss Fortier back? Mr. Jadala?
Respectfully, Your Honor, appearing on behalf of Mr. Blake, I'm going to respectfully request a final pretrial in this matter, along with discovery.
This is 210131 SM State of Michigan versus William Roger Blay. State your name for the record, please, sir.
William Blay.
Mr. Jadala, asked to the arraignment in this matter.
Your Honor, we'd wait for a reading and stay mute.
Thank you. Final pretrial date will be April 27th, 2021 at 10 a.m. That will be with Judge Oakley. Make a notation that discovery requested. As to bond in this matter, there's a recommendation from Huron Township for $5,000, 10%. No alcohol, drugs, no contact with victims, and do not return to 22046 Castile in Huron Township. Your response, Mr. Jadala?
You're
Your Honor, we
muted.
respectfully request a personal bond in this matter. Your Honor, he was on tether prior when this happened. The tether has been removed. There was a PPO and that PPO has been removed. He has complied otherwise, Your Honor, so we respectfully request a personal bond in this matter. He will appear as directed.
Does he have any reason to return to 22046 Castile in Huron Township?
No, Judge.
Were you starting to say something?
The people would leave it in the courts just.
Mr. Blay, your bond will be set at 5,000 personal. No alcohol or drugs during the pendency of this matter. No contact with any of the complaining victims. Do not return to 22046 Castile in Huron Township. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Jadala? Anything else on behalf of the people?
No, Judge, thank you.
So I'm on a personal bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Have a good day, Mr. Blay. We're all set.
you too, bye.
I'm going to ask, Mr. Warren, can you tell me what case you're here on, please?
Hello? Hi, I'm trying to see if I'm in the right courtroom.
Who are you supposed to be? I mean, are you on the docket as Jeremy Warren?
No. Malcolm here. Tell him.
I'm sorry,
My name is Malcolm Swilly.
Okay, you are in the right courtroom. Hang on just a minute. I'm renaming you. Okay, we're going to put you back in the waiting room for just a few minutes until it's your turn, okay? So just hang in there. Okay, we do have Michelle Qualls back in the waiting room.
Thank you.
If you want to talk to her, Mr. Jadala, she does have MIDC on the one.
Mr. Jadala is.
You're muted, Sam.
Are there any offers for Ms. Qualls?
Hold on, it's Larry's handwriting, so I have to decipher what it is.
Decipher hieroglyphics.
I'm pretty sure it's DV under 769, 12 months probation batters counseling.
Got it.
And if it's not, that's what it is now.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Judge, did you want to explain to her that she's going to be going in or?
I will, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Shelby, she's on.
Look at this body. Look at the body. Look at the body. Look at the body.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Your name?
Michelle Qualls.
Ms. Qualls, you're going to go into a breakout room with the court-appointed attorney, Mr. Jadala.
Okay.
He's going to discuss your case with you this morning.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Looks like Lyons and Daniels are the only two that haven't checked in.
Oh, shoot, I forgot to ask Samir about, yeah,
I'm sorry, ask who? What?
Mr. Jadala about Mr. Lyons.
Oh,
I really thought today was gonna be fast because the docket's only one page. It's just been.
But that's always what happens. It's just like when people used to say, well, the phones aren't ringing, I would cringe because I knew what that meant.
and I think there are so many breakout rooms. That's why it's taking so
Yeah.
much longer.
Lots of.
And I go back and forth wondering if it would be helpful if I just did not start until like 9:30 and gave the prosecutor and whoever MIDC or the attorneys are to just go through maybe a half an hour with each other, so that we didn't have to keep stopping and starting. I don't know because it varies from day to day.
Yeah, I'm just.
Honestly, I think a few of the prosecutors do call ahead and talk to the attorneys, or the attorneys call them. Because I know, like with Josh, it moves real quickly because he's already done that.
Yeah, but does he have 3 dockets? Because I have 3 full dockets. Like I don't.
I don't know, honey. I'm just saying, I think some of them kind of take the initiative to do it ahead.
That's easier said than done sometimes.
Because I have a full felony docket too. So.
Oh, I know. You got a full felony docket with me alone. I mean, with
Well,
Oakley.
no, I have like a felony trial docket. I have a 3rd Circuit Court docket as well.
I know. I'm just kidding because of all the ones that we've scheduled for you.
So I'm like lucky if I remember to pull the files before Monday.
Well, being pregnant, it's not easy either. So.
Yeah. Paula, nobody has anything scheduled for me on the 13th, right?
Hang on, let me pull the calendar in the system.
While she looks, what happened is she brings me a note this morning that tells me that the 13th is wide open. And I said, there's no way that that's possible. And in my mind, I think I blocked out the fact that you were going to be gone because I don't want you to be gone.
I did too, honey.
And so I'm looking at this note and I was like, and I asked her, I said, how is the morning all open? That can't even be possible. And I said, I know the 13th is a bad date. I just couldn't remember why.
I got an email like a month and a half ago that I was like, don't set anything on this date.
We don't care. We don't care. We're going to schedule everything. I should have adjourned everything to the 13th over your objection.
Somebody else would have covered. What about somebody else's problem?
Hang on just a minute. I've got one more to check.
I used to do the same thing. Days off, I would put out as far in advance as possible, and I would clear all of my stuff and say, listen, please don't use this date. I'll be back. Sure enough. Okay.
Okay, sweetie, I just pulled all 3 judges in the system to see, and there's nothing for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I don't know why you can't do your docket remotely.
So I actually talked about that. I did actually talk about it, but that is our travel home day. So I'm concerned of anything like straggled over that I would have to be like, hey, I'm boarding a plane. Sorry, bye.
I'm really just giving you a hard time. I remember our conversation and I know exactly why you're not going to be here. And there is nothing that could come up that could not wait.
I'll be back on the 14th though.
So you say, we'll see.
Yeah, and the next 2 weeks after that is a mandatory training that like I'll have to do my docket in the morning and then do the training, and that's going to be a long 2 weeks.
I keep trying to schedule a vacation and I just don't know how to do that. I don't know what it looks like since we're not going anywhere. And if we're at home, that means work. And I don't know that I have it in me.
Yeah, I finally said, I was like, you know what? It seems to have calmed down enough that I think if we are cautious about it, I need warm weather and I need to get away from here for at least a couple days.
Mr. Jadala, are you ready with Ms. Qualls?
We are, Judge.
As soon as she comes out.
Do you want me to bring her out?
Yes, please.
Oh, looks like she came out on her own.
Do I need to exit out of this?
No, ma'am. You need to stay right where you are. You're perfectly fine.
Okay.
This is 201097 SM, State of Michigan versus Michelle Walls. Your appearances.
Morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people.
In respect for Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Qualls. Your Honor, at this time, we're going to respectfully request a final pretrial as well as discovery in this matter.
I will send you discovery right now.
I'm gonna keep using that same date. Final pretrial will be April the 27th, 2021 at 10 a.m. with Judge Oakley. I'll make a notation that discovery is requested. Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge.
Anything else, Mrs. Fortier?
Nothing further from the people, Judge.
Thank you. And Ms. Qualls actually has another matter, 20107.
Sorry to interrupt. I need a breakout room back with Reynolds and Stewart, please.
He's not talking to me. Ms. Qualls, in your other matter, 20107, you were supposed to provide the court with proof of 50 hours of community service and proof of therapy by today's date. Have you done that?
I have done community service with Rose at the Romulus Senior Center. I'm having issues with my insurance because it did not even become effective until February of this year. And it is out of Montcalm County. And I have tried to get into counseling down here, but I have to somehow get a hold of DHS, which I haven't been able to. So, and I don't even know who my caseworker is.
Did you have proof of the community service from Rose?
No, she said she was going to write me up a letter, but she didn't give it to me yet.
I'm going to extend it another 4 weeks. Actually, extend it to the same time that you have for your next appearance. So by April the 27th. To provide those proofs. So these matters will continue to travel along. So the second file is just basically a review date for you to get that paperwork in, get those documents submitted to probation, okay?
So should I send it to my probation officer then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then now with the counseling, I know the attorney said something about, the courts can help me with all that.
I explained to her that probation may be able to provide her some guidance as to any type of counseling that may be necessary.
Ms. Qualls, is your phone number still end in 4707?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to make a note in the file about having probation reach out to you to see if they can help you, since this matter is, the second matter is already, you've already entered a plea to, and there's already been a partial resolution of it, okay? So probation will reach out to you is the short response, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. We're all set. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Mr. Jadala, are you on another matter?
No,
Another
Judge.
case, another courtroom? Okay, I didn't want to.
No, you're fine.
This is
I
this
have
is Jerry Lyons. I haven't seen him this morning, and I know that we had quite some conversation about it the last time that he was here. Have you had
I believe
any?
you gave him a personal bond that we were here. I know he was incarcerated last time. I believe we talked about bond, and I believe there was a no contact order. The victim was there, and I think we made it. And I have not been in contact with him. I even talked with Ms. Fortier earlier regarding this a week back, I think, and I have not been in contact with him since. Usually he calls me all the time.
There's a misdemeanor matter that he needs to be arraigned on, and these other matters are kind of traveling along. So if you're able to reach out to him, otherwise I only have 2 more files, and then he'll be,
I'm going to try to call him now, Judge.
Thank you.
I
don't see, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Judge, I keep.
No, you're fine. Mr. Squilly?
Yes, he backed out and came back in as Warren again. So I'm going to bring him in and rename him. Are you ready for him?
I'm ready for him, and then I'm looking for Ms. Young, who's supposed to be back at 11, but I know what happens when you
Work down.
about to go somewhere else.
They're going to have a hard, oh, there they are. Okay, this is Mr. Swilly again, correct? Malcolm Swilly?
Yes.
Okay,
Can you hear?
yes.
No.
This is Mr. Swilly again, correct? I think we lost you again.
Yes,
Okay. All right.
ma'am, I'm here.
Mr. Swilly, are you able to activate your video again for me, please?
All right, yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. This is 201598 SM, State of Michigan versus Malcolm Jerome Swilly. Could you state your name for me, please, sir?
Looks like he froze.
I know. So close to a clean getaway. Mr. Swilly?
Hello? Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Looks like you're freezing a little bit there. You were saying your name for me, please?
That better?
Oh, perfect. Stop. If you stop moving for a second, it might be perfect. So this matter was scheduled for pre-trial today. You had previously declined assistance of court-appointed attorney for the arraignment. Are you ready to proceed this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Fortier?
John, I didn't get any answer from Mr. Lyons. I hope I don't know if I still have the right number. It was the number I had prior to his incarceration.
Okay.
Judge, in regards to Mr. Swilly, I would suggest setting for a final pre-trial.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
This is another matter, Mr. Jadala. This is a Mr. Swilly.
Yes.
We're going to schedule the final pretrial for 4/27/2021 at 10:10 a.m. And that will be with Judge Oakley, Mr. Swilly.
Okay, 427 with Judge Oakley at what time?
At 10:10 a.m.
And Your Honor, is this matter, am I being appointed to it? And if I am, I just asked for discovery.
You're not, sir.
No, okay.
Thank you. And Mr. Swilly, just a reminder, you have an outstanding payment plan and some other matters with the court. It looks like the payment plan starts on April the 9th.
On April 9th? Okay,
Yes.
and the amount of $100, right?
They don't give me the amount. They just tell me that you have a payment plan that's starting on the 9th.
Okay,
Okay. We're all set, sir. You have a good day.
all
Your
right,
Honor,
thank you so much.
Do you have a Daniels on the docket?
I do. That's what's on my hands on it right now to call 210-064 Jawan Jermaine Daniels. That matter
Okay, so I
was.
could just sign out?
Yes, sir. You're all set. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I apologize.
No worries. You're good. Mr. Jadala, this matter is scheduled for 9:40 a.m. It's now 11:02 by the court's clock.
And Your Honor, he's been calling me all morning. I haven't had the chance to answer my phone. If I can have an opportunity to call him, I know he called me yesterday. I've given him the Zoom number and I told him to log in at 9:15. Maybe he's having some kind of issue. If I could just call him briefly.
Would you call him? He might have been on earlier as JJ.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I tried to bring him in. He would not respond, and then he dropped out and never called back in.
So
I'll
Mr.
call him now.
Jadala might be more successful. And then we're just waiting for Ms. Young to show up
I would note, I just checked BindLink for Mr. Lyons and it indicates he's still in Division 2. So I don't know what to do at this point.
I am not inclined, well, when Mr. Gisella gets off the phone, I am not inclined to take any adverse action as to Mr. Lyons. Because I
agree, Judge.
I don't have him as locked. I don't have any indication one way or the other. And I haven't seen the jail try to contact us this morning. So when Mr. Jadala comes back, unless there's some objection, I would rather just put the matters over to make sure that we have done.
Yeah, and I have no objection to putting the matters over for Mr. Lyons.
Judge, is there a reason why we can't put all 3 of the matters that he has with the same complaining witness? Like why they can't do them all together?
They are all together now. When we were here last time, there was a straggler.
I only have 2 on the docket. That's why I'm asking.
We
I
have 3 on
files.
all of ours.
Okay. All right. Maybe I printed the docket too early.
I have 4 files, actually. One I don't think has anything to do with you. And then the other 3 I had Heather put together the last time. I'm talking, and I did not say that these cases are 20HR11919OM. This is Huron Township versus Jerry Christopher Randolph Lyons. This matter was actually scheduled for arraignment pretrial this morning. It's the courts received information that Mr. Lyons is still in custody. We don't have the jail on with us this morning. I'm not sure what could have possibly happened because Mr. Lyons.
I'm sorry, can I get that case number one more time, Judge?
It is 20HR11919. Because he has been diligent in appearing in other matters before this court, what we will do is adjourn the arraignment pretrial. Unfortunately, all of my note says the next hearing date is March the 10th. And since I am not a time traveler, I'm guessing that it's not really March. If you have the calendar up and confirm for me that that real date is actually April 10th.
Looks like April 10th is a Saturday.
I don't look, then let's find out what the right date is. April 8th, maybe. Oh, okay, good. That looks like a good date. We're gonna adjourn the Huron case till April the 8th, 2021 at 10:20 a.m. with Judge Green. The other matters are 201645, 201716, and 210099.
Judge, I need to take 5 if that's okay with you.
You need to take 5.
Yes, please.
After we adjourn these 3 matters to the next date of April 27th at 10:10, or did you need to do something for this case?
No, Your Honor, I just needed a brief break.
Okay, these matters will be adjourned. Take your break, Mr. Jadala, and I think that's the last file we have for you.
No, Mr. Daniels, we're still waiting.
Mr. Daniels, he should be trying to dial in.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Jadala. So 3/23/2021 notation in these files. Attorneys present.
So all we have left is Mr. Favors when Ms. Young checks in.
Yes, ma'am. That's all I show.
Mr. Daniels, as soon as he checks in.
Hey, Judge, was Mr. Daniels able to log on? He said he was having troubles. I told him we might have to call him.
I
That
don't,
was-
I don't see him back.
I've been watching and he has not even shown up.
Yeah, I know. He's been calling me since 9. We talked yesterday. He's telling me that he's staring at a blank screen. I don't know if we wanted to call him, Your Honor. And I could talk with him. Is today set for a pretrial in this matter?
Today is set for
Yeah, it is a pretrial.
pretrial.
Was there an offer, Ms. Fortier? And I could call him and see if that's what he wants to do.
Oh, he was unable to connect last time.
Yeah, he's having lots of troubles.
Sam, can you call him and put him on your speakerphone?
I will try. I just wanted to first, like, sort of talk to him in a breakout room if there was an offer.
Now I'm looking. Hold on one second.
Sure.
I'm pleading guilty to obstruction. I did what I said I did. Lawyers make certain things I gave a hard time on.
Who are you watching?
Plead to one, dismiss the other.
Plead to 1 DV, dismiss the other.
Yes, 12 months probation. Batters counseling. No assaultive contact, or no contact, actually, I'm sorry.
I will talk to him.
Ms. Young is back.
I'll bring her right in.
Thank you.
And I'll bring in Elijah Favors too.
Ma'am. Good morning, Ms. Young.
Good morning, Your Honor. I did this last time. Too. I had to apologize, and I apologize again.
Don't apologize for working. I have no problem with that.
You're so understanding. Thank you.
I've been exactly where you are, 20 places at the same time. This is State of Michigan versus Elijah Favors 210104. This matter is scheduled for arraignment pretrial. Do you need to speak to the prosecutor before we begin?
I don't
Your
believe so.
Honor, it's just going to voicemail now.
Mr. Jadala?
Mr. Daniels is just going to voicemail now, straight to voicemail. I've tried 3 times.
Understood. If you give me just 1 second. So
Sorry, Judge, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I said, if you give me just 1 second, I'm in the middle of something else.
Oh, I apologize, Judge.
No worries. Thank you. This matter is scheduled for arraignment pretrial. Mr. Favors was supposed to be here back on March the 9th. There was some confusion, I think, as to his lack of appearance. We adjourned the matter to today. Ms. Young, as to the arraignment in this matter.
Your Honor, as to the arraignment, we would waive formal reading of the charges, stand mute, and I would ask that the court enter a plea of not guilty on Mr. Favors' behalf.
And for pretrial.
Judge, I would just.
Your Honor, at this time.
Oh, sorry, I still owe Ms. Young digital discovery in this case. I have sent paper discovery. I have a bit of a backlog. So I'm doing my best over here.
Ms. Fortier, did you send discovery through our discovery clerk?
I sent it directly to you.
Was that today or?
No, it was.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no. The last email I have from you says not yet. It all still needs to be uploaded.
Hold on 1 second. Maybe I didn't.
While she's looking, Ms. Young, there's a recommendation from law enforcement for bond of 5,000, 10%.
Your Honor, I would object to an increase in bond. I think it's appropriate in this case. I did have an investigator go out to the apartment complex and was able to talk to some witnesses who, without getting too far into sort of the facts of the case and what a trial might look like, have really sort of indicated to me that this is a more complex story than I think the people would probably portray to the court. I think it's a toxic relationship, and Mr. Favors has not been in contact with the complaining witness for some time now, has no desire to be in contact with the complainant, and that's the real issue here. All of the assaultive allegations against Mr. Favors are involving him and this particular complaining witness. So as long as there's no contact, which there hasn't been, there really is no danger to society. He appears to court dates. The last court date that he missed, that was completely my fault, and I take responsibility for that. So I would ask that the court leave bond where it is.
There was no bond because he had not been arraigned because he did not appear. So bond in this matter will be set. Bond in this matter will be set at 5,000 personal. He is to have no contact with Portia Howard. So for the next date, are we calling it a adjourned pretrial or are we calling it a final pretrial?
Okay, just briefly, one, Ms. Young, you're correct. It looks like I sent the paper for the felony and I never sent the paper for the misdemeanor. So I will get that to you and I will get digital to you. Second, Judge, I just would like to note for the record that I do object to a personal bond in this matter. This defendant does have assault with intent to do great bodily harm and domestic violence case with the same complainant. This case itself was a bond violation of the last case that's still pending. So just for the record, I would object to a personal bond. And in regards to what Ms. Young was stating, perhaps it would be best to set this for a final pretrial and insist that the complaining witness appear.
Over the objection of the people, I'm going to leave the bond as stated. The final pretrial will be April the 27th, 2021 at 10:10 a.m. with Judge Oakley. Complaining witness must be,
Your Honor, I'm so sorry. I think I'm actually going to be on vacation. I might not be. I am. I'm going to be out of town. I'm sorry.
that's okay. Let me look to see what the next date is after that. The next date after that would be May 11th.
I think that should be fine, Your Honor. I have a live exam at 10:15, but as long as it's going to be over Zoom, it shouldn't be a problem.
Final pretrial will be May 11th, if that's okay with you, Ms. Fortier.
Judge, it's good. I have a live exam, but it's not until the afternoon.
May 11th at 9 a.m. with me. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Young?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Fortier?
No, Judge, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Favors, we're all set. Thank you for your patience this morning, sir.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Last case is 210064, State of Michigan versus Juwan Daniels.
Your Honor, we'd respectfully request at this time, if the court would give us a April 27th final pretrial date on Mr. Daniels. He's having connection problems and now his phone is going straight to voicemail. He's cooperated, Your Honor. He's always called me. We just ask if you would consider that with discovery.
Any response from the people?
Judge, I don't have an objection to that. Mr. Jadala is an officer of the court. He's indicated he's had communication with Mr. Daniels, and it does seem to be the day of technical difficulties. I don't have an objection to that. I will subpoena my complaining witness for the final pretrial. Paper discovery does need still to be uploaded, so when I send all the other cases that Mr. Jadala has had with me today, I'll send to this one as well.
We'll see you back on April 27, 2021 at 10:10 a.m. That will be back with Judge Oakley. There's a notation that discovery is outstanding and that the complaining witness must be present. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. May you and your staff have a wonderful day.
You too, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Fortier. You have a good day too.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Paula.